What if you need a boundary for yourself around your own behavior? Like an internal boundary. Instead of a boundary that you set with somebody else or with your spouse, it's something that you're setting on yourself to keep yourself safe from, yes, yourself. Is that possible? Is that a thing? Well, I would actually contend that yes, with the framework that I talked about in this week's episode of the Husband Help podcast, yes, you can have internal boundaries. And here's how it might work. You might remember that the framework we talked about is two core words. It's conditional and protective. And so, very simply, all that we're going to be doing is we do need that little bit of self awareness, but we're going to say to ourselves, look, what is that thought pattern that I tend to get into before I'm really hurting? So if you struggle with depression or you struggle with anxiety or something like this, then you're trying to flag as far upstream as you can. What is the thing that always happens or that I always think about before I get really anxious or really depressed? And what we're going to do is we're going to set some conditions. Or here's another one. Maybe you struggle with anger. So you might say, look, what is that feeling I get, that sensation I get when I can feel that I'm on the way to losing my temper? What is that? We're trying to articulate that harmful condition. Okay, now it's a little bit different because it's not something that you're doing, but it's something that you're observing in yourself. It's that trigger that's being tripped. And so we're just saying, what's that harmful condition? And then all we're trying to do over here, once we have that condition nailed down, we said, okay, when I start feeling that hair on the back of my neck stand up, I start to feel my face flush because I'm starting to get angry and upset. Here's what I am going to do. Here's the protection part. I'm going to ask whoever I'm in conversation with to give me a breath. Pause. I just need to take 10 seconds to gather my mind, gather my thoughts. Sounds silly, but sometimes that can make a huge difference. That can be the difference if you struggle with anger between completely losing your temper and having a terrible conversation that you regret and salvaging the conversation and it turns productive. Okay. Likewise, you struggle with depression, you struggle with anxiety, something like this. You might say, look, I start having these really bad thoughts about myself. If I really start to criticize myself, okay, that's going to be to me an indication I just need to pause. I need to go for a walk, or I need to journal, or I need to do something, or whatever it is that you do to get yourself grounded. What we're doing is basically we're starting to teach ourselves and train ourselves what it looks like to stay mentally and emotionally safe, either in how we interact with other people or even just with how we interact with ourselves. So again, there's probably more room to explore this idea of internal boundaries, but I just wanted to throw that out there, kind of food for thought for you, if this is something that you think that you need for yourself. I think this can be a helpful way to train both emotional and self-awareness and self-discipline. So hope that helps you. We'll see you on the next one. Much manly love.